Holy shit balls, y'all. I have a microphone. I got a microphone for work. And we're gonna leverage it. I don't know. Does that work? I have no idea what I'm doing. I just wing it. This is how I function in life. All right. Oh, it's cold. Wait, well, I guess I'm not ready for that. Hold on. God damn it. All right. Got my chair. And I got my salt. And I've got my ground beef. It's been cold and rainy since I woke up this morning. We worked at Starbucks just to get out of the chill. And now we're back in the chill. So, yeah, fun times. Oh, yeah, this thing. Why would I get a corded microphone, you might ask? Why didn't I just commit to getting a cordless one? Well, I miss corded devices. I miss the olden days. I don't want everything to be Bluetooth. I really miss, like deep down in my soul, miss my iPod Shuffle. The little 2 gigabyte thing that would just clip on your lapel. That thing was amazing. I loved it. I had 2 of them. I liked it so much. And I would just put them on rotation because I couldn't fit all my songs on just one. I couldn't fit all of them on 2 either. But then I had a decent rotation. So it was like, okay, today's going to be a rock kind of day, or today's going to be like gangster rap or trap or, whatever. Yes, I listen to trap music. I say that with no shame. No shame whatsoever. I miss that with the headphones. You never had to worry about losing your headphones. I wonder if you're going to be able to hear me chewing every bite. That's weird. Come here. I know I took your bed away. My house, if it was a mess yesterday, it is even messier now because I went to UPS and the slide for my new fridge came, and the box for the slide is about 3 times the size of the box with the actual fridge in it. I'm really hoping most of it is padding, because if that's the actual size of the slide, there's no way. There's no fucking way it's gonna fit. So when I'm done with this, I'm gonna cut it open and we're gonna find out. Do you guys want me to take you along when I actually do a proper fix on my roof too? Be like, this is all the glory. Come here, Mama. I know. Come here. I took your bed away. I'm sorry. There wasn't room. All the glory of van life. And I'm actually really spoiled. So I met a new neighbor this morning. I'll call her D. And she's disabled, lives in her van. So fucking sweet. Like, we have so many things in common. This 60-something-year-old lady. I mean, just the sweetest person you'll ever meet. But she was telling me that she's, she has bladder issues. So in the middle of the night, she has to get up, repeatedly to use the bathroom. And usually she'll just, Southern California, the weather's not usually this shitty. So she just sets her little porta potty outside, and then gets up in the middle of the night because she stays in really quiet neighborhoods where there's not a lot of foot traffic and stuff. And she'll just go outside and use it really quick and then go back to bed because she's just living out of her van. And with all the rain, she's like, well, I have to, hunt around and find a place where I can get underneath like an eave or something like that, an awning. So I'm not sitting out on my little porta potty in the rain and stuff. And I was thinking, I'm so fucking spoiled. Like, I can't complain about the roof leak. I mostly, it entertains me a little bit because I think it's a little ironic every time I get it. It's an annual tradition at this point. I mentioned to somebody is that every winter I get a water leak in my house, a new one, a different one, something original. And it kind of makes me just laugh about it. But I'm really fucking spoiled, relatively speaking, despite living out of an ambulance. I still get surprised that I can meet people who have so much. They're so spoiled and they're miserable and they complain about it and they're unhappy. And then people who have so little, literally nothing, and they'll still give you whatever they can of their own. There's this one guy, David. Gosh, I haven't seen him since Christmas. I've been trying to catch up with him, but I haven't seen him since Christmas. I hope he's okay. But he literally has nothing. Just I don't even know if he has a backpack to stick his few belongings into. But when we stop and say hello to him, he always tries to give Dora something to munch on. So he might have a muffin or something that somebody gave him, and here, a little treat or whatever, and tries to give her some of his food. And it's so fucking sweet. Like, you literally have nothing and you're still trying to give my dog something. Like, I've learned a lot of interesting things about people since moving out into a vehicle. Come here. Like my neighbor Jerry. Jerry, who used to be a teacher at MIT, supposedly. In Boston. That's how he puts it. Yes, sir. I am actually familiar with where MIT is. But I appreciate it. Who lives in a wealthy individual's retirement community where the rent starts at $8,000 a month and goes up from there. Not to mention they have to buy in. I believe the buy-in is $650,000 is what one of the people who works there told me. Now, Jerry, who does not have to park a car on the street, who doesn't even have to walk past this part of the neighborhood for any reason whatsoever, and generally doesn't, likes to take it upon himself to call the cops and report people as parking illegally here who are living out of their vehicles and stuff on a regular basis. So after I ran into him the day before, was it yesterday? Yeah. No, let's see. When did I do laundry? Yeah, it was yesterday. I ran into him yesterday morning. And after he realized I live in an ambulance over here, because we'd talked a few times, but he didn't know. And I didn't know what kind of character he was. But I kind of assumed, and unfortunately I was right. Shortly after our conversation, the police come through and start marking the people's tires and putting warnings on all the vehicles. They haven't been through here since last February. For any reason whatsoever. Like, I don't know, that's a little too much coincidence for my liking. It was so funny. He goes, "You aren't the blue ambulance, are you?" He was all upset. I was like, no, of course, that's not me. I'm not that asshole. My ambulance was blue a little less than a year ago. And I know why he's upset. So I used to park across from the care center, the retirement community, legally, leave every day. Like, I was doing nothing illegal whatsoever. And I would get called almost every single day, unreported. And the cops are required to come out. And so the cops were so great. They were just like, "Yeah, it's us again. Like, hey, how are your dogs doing?" And I was like, "Great. You guys hungry? I'm cooking some steak. Come on in." And same with parking enforcement. I was so nice to parking enforcement. I don't think anybody has ever been nice to this man, because he was blown away, first of all. He remarked on it several times. And he just got to the point where he would show up, write something down. I'd see him out in his car, write some stuff down, and then leave. He would never actually put a little warning on my thing anymore. I stopped him one day, though. I was like, make sure you put the warning sticker on and you mark my tires and stuff so they know. And he was like, whatever, I know you leave every day. So, yeah, somebody who has that much and our presence means absolutely nothing in the grand scheme of their life can still be that much of an asshole. I know, you are such a good girl. She was so good at Starbucks. She just curled up in a ball and went to sleep. And several people were like, I didn't even realize you had a dog there. She was so quiet. So yeah, she's just my stuffed animal over here. I bought some marrow bones, but they're still frozen. Super frozen. Unfortunately, there were none that were fresh. So we do what we can with what we got. But I also picked up some eggs and some raw cheddar. I try not to eat too much dairy, but I go through periods where I just do. I'm like, and try to stick to raw, specifically raw goat. Cow's dairy does me zero favors in life. My body does not like those proteins. Oh, I know, Mama. After this, we're going to basically just curl up in a little fort of blankets for the night. You're not missing much out that window with the shade in it. It's just gray outside. Yeah. You are such a good girl. Déjà vu. You are so good. It's too early for you to eat, though. You just ate. I'm going to try to document as much of the fridge replacement process as I can, because I think that might be intriguing. I have no idea how I'm going to do it. So, okay. Growing up, I spent a lot of time with my dad building houses and doing remodels and things like that. I mean, we did everything, from foundation work to framing and finish work and just everything. I mean, he would make things fully custom woodwork. And God, it's really amazing the skill my dad has with that stuff. But I remember being on a job with him one time, and he was standing around. He was really quiet and he wasn't doing anything. He was just kind of standing there for a while. And I was like, so, what do we do? He goes, I don't know. I'm figuring it out in my head. Come here. Come here. Good girl. I thought, wait a minute. I thought you knew everything. It's like, no, I've never done this before in my life. Like, specifically what we were doing. And he was trying to sort it out in his brain before we started working on it. And I thought, wow, that's really fascinating, because I don't think a lot of people realize that you don't always have to know what it is you're doing just to start doing it. You just have to start doing it and kind of trust the process. Artwork is the same way, but sometimes building is that way too. Come here. Good girl. So yeah, with the fridge, I didn't put it in, so I don't know what I'm going to find as far as wiring and all of that goes. And I've measured about 20 times all the components that need to go in as well as I can before getting them out of a box. But you shall find out how things go. Worst case scenario, if I absolutely had to, there's a little nook here that had the toilet in it when I first bought it, and I removed the toilet because that's a waste, and I've been using it just for storage. I've got a little dresser thing set up in there, dresser, like a little cabinet or whatever, pull out drawers. And so worst case scenario, if it doesn't fit over here where the existing is, I could probably make it fit under there, because I got a little more width to play around with. So if the width is an issue. But fingers crossed, everybody. fingers crossed. Anyways, I'm gonna roll her up into a ball and smother her a little bit while I eat this and just enjoy my dinner because I'm cold. I might throw my my jacket on too. But yeah, go have some delicious raw beef. It's so yummy.